spent most of her 8 WNBA seasons with the Seattle Storm, winning titles in 2018 and 2020, and bringing in an average of 4.6 points, 3.8 rebounds over 209 games. She has size and championship. Hold on, wait a minute. Behind Aaliyah Boston, the mid-third. Hold on, guy, with fans praising her rebounding and rim protection while noting her recent limited production. Russell shared her excitement about the fans' culture and Fever Big Three core in a video.
The Indiana Fever announced Monday they had signed forward Mercedes Russell, using a roster exception tied to the season-ending injury of another player who recently had a knee procedure. Russell, a 2018 draft pick, spent most of her 8 WNBA seasons with the Seattle Storm, winning championships in 2018 and 2020, while averaging 4.6 points and 3.8 rebounds across 209 games.
Video. Whoa. Averaged 4.3 and 4 rebounds. Yeah, so she talked to the media today, I'm guessing. Let's listen. My whole energy shifted. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's been amazing. I mean, everybody has been so welcoming. Everybody's saying, they're there for anything that I need. So it's been really cool. It's been seamless. I've obviously been on a whirlwind, just going. So it's cool to just have something smooth and slow and just, everyone's open and they're so nice and kind, and it's really cool.
As a visiting player in the past, especially.
In comments to reporters, Russell said the Fever organization had been welcoming since she arrived, praised the atmosphere at the team's home arena from her past experience as a visiting player, and spoke positively about the development of Fever players Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, and Kelsey Mitchell during her years facing them as an opponent. Separately, the video discussed an update in the ongoing controversy involving Connecticut's DeJoni Carrington, who was ejected earlier in the week for a flagrant foul against Indiana's Sophie Cunningham and had since faced criticism over a social media post referencing white privilege in connection with the officiating.
As a visiting player in the past, especially the last couple of years, what have you thought about the atmosphere at Gainbridge Fieldhouse for Fever games?
Oh, I mean, it's incredible. The fans show up, they show out. You can definitely feel the energy. I know I've been the opponent, but now I'll be on the good side, I guess is what you call it. But yeah, it's been great. The turnout was amazing. The support has been incredible. So yeah, going from an opponent to now being, I guess, firsthand, I'm excited and really cool just to meet the Fever fans that I haven't obviously seen before.
As a vet in the league, what have you thought of the development these last few years of Aaliyah and Caitlin?
Carrington posted a follow-up message stating she had never claimed the foul call itself was an example of white privilege, said the interpretation was an assumption on the part of others, and said she has academic background in the subject and would not use the term without evidence to support it. The video included commentary from analyst Emmanuel Acho, who said he believed the officials made the correct call in ejecting Carrington, arguing the contact to Cunningham's head met the definition of a flagrant foul regardless of Carrington's intent to play the ball.
Last few years of Aaliyah and Caitlin, and then for that matter, the way that Kelsey's come along.
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, it's so cool to see just the growth and their abilities. I mean, I've personally known Kelsey for several years, and just the steady Betty that she has been for Indiana for several years is amazing. And then obviously adding AB, adding Caitlin to be their big three is it's really special. It's cool to see their growth, not only obviously AB and CC, their first few years. So from year one to now, it's incredible. And then Kelsey, I mean, she's been amazing her whole career. So just to see them three together and growing within the Fever organization.
Yasho also said he did not believe race played a role in the officiating decision, and stated he had seen fouls of a similar nature go uncalled for players of different races in the past. He additionally suggested he had seen Caitlin Clark commit an aggressive foul to an opponent's head without being ejected, a claim the video's host strongly disputed, saying he did not believe such an incident had occurred and disagreed with the comparison to Clark.
And growing within the Fever organization has been awesome.
Okay, guys, so that is Mercedes Russell. Just got to give her a chance, man. Hopefully she come in and ball out. Every time they get one of these little injury roster spots, the players do turn out to be very well. I think just on the strength because they're playing on the biggest stage in the W that's playing for the Indiana Fever. Now, we do have breaking news right now coming out of the DIDN Carrington situation. That's what I was up here reading.
The host characterized Carrington's follow-up post as an attempt to walk back her earlier comments without directly addressing or clarifying them, and said the incident had drawn significant public criticism toward her, including calls from some commentators for the league to take disciplinary action. Those views reflect the opinions of the commentators discussed rather than confirmed facts.
Now, coming out of the DiJonae Carrington situation, that's what I was up here reading while she was talking. DiJonae Carrington has just dropped a tweet moments ago. And in this tweet, she pretty much sounds like she's trying to backtrack her comments. So, DiJonae Carrington, about an hour ago, said, I've never once claimed that the assessment of the foul was white privilege. That was your assumption. Try exercising your critical thinking skills. I know you study psychology. Furthermore, I'm the last thing from ignorant or asinine. And when it
A hard foul on Indiana Fever guard Sophie Cunningham during a game against the Chicago Sky has become the center of a growing controversy, drawing reaction from media commentators, fellow players, and even a state attorney general. The play, committed by Chicago's DiJonae Carrington, was assessed as a flagrant foul by officials, but debate has continued over how severe the play actually was and how it should have been characterized.
and when it comes to speaking on white privilege, do your research on that one. I actually went to school, one of the top universities, might I add, to educate myself on this exact subject. I would never use that term as a rhetorical weapon, knowing the historical and social weight it holds without having the proper evidence to sustain it. So she's replying back to Speakeasy. So what did he?
Florida Attorney General James Uthmeier addressed the incident publicly, commenting through a Fox News appearance that if a play of that nature occurred during a WNBA game held in Florida, it could potentially be treated as a criminal assault matter rather than simply a foul under league rules. His comments framed the play as extending beyond what he considered normal basketball contact and suggested that the state would take the matter seriously if a similar incident occurred within its jurisdiction.
So what did Emmanuel Acho and them say to kind of garner her to go off like this?
DiJonae Carrington made a basketball play, and the refs made a basketball ruling. So can we stick to basketball for a moment? Basketball play. She was attempting to go for the ball. At least she said so. She missed, and she missed egregiously. She missed, and she flagrantly hit Sophie Cunningham in the head. Now, flagrant 2, by definition, if you hit somebody with so much force that it could lead to injury, and if it doesn't appear to be a play on the ball. Though DiJonae's intention was to play the ball.
The comments drew widespread attention and further amplified an already heated national conversation about the play.
Sydney Colson in a minute. Let us not forget her grinding up on Caitlin Clark. By the way, Stephanie White, Sydney Colson, DiJonae Carrington, Alyssa Thomas, they all belong to that club. They all belong to that agenda-driven club that we just talked about in the last video. And
some commentators argued that labeling the contact merely a hard foul understated its severity, and that similar conduct in a non-sports public setting could lead to legal consequences.
And guys, there's so much fallout from this story. I got to tell you, between 3 sports channels, I could probably do 10 videos on this today. I mean, this league is never, ever, ever about basketball. The Florida Attorney General, by way of Fox News.
Others in the discussion, including actor Kevin Sorbo, publicly agreed that the play amounted to more than ordinary basketball contact.
The Florida Attorney General, by way of Fox News, has sent a message to the WNBA. He responds to the vicious foul on Indiana Fever star Sophie Cunningham during the team's game against the Chicago Sky. Quote, the WNBA knows better than to play a game down here in Florida because I'll be charging people with assault. Attorney General James Meyer, Florida. Wow.
The incident also drew commentary because of remarks made by Sydney Colson, a former Fever player and former teammate of Cunningham, who posted supportive commentary about the play on social media.
Wow. Right here. Right here. That, folks, is not a basketball play. That's not a basketball play. Look at that. I understand Sophie Cunningham doesn't want to make waves about this, called it a hard foul, whatever. If you do this to somebody in public, at least in certain states.
Her comments drew criticism from some corners of the sports media, who argued that a former teammate publicly supporting the foul was inappropriate given Cunningham's history with the team.
Certain states, like if you do that to somebody here in Texas, your asses get catching a charge. You're in a Walmart, boom, somebody does that to you. Yeah, they're catching a charge. Trying to shelter assault by way of calling something a hard foul.
Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White addressed the play in post-game comments, describing it as a hard physical play without characterizing it as intentional.
How about we stop that narrative? That nonsense. Kevin Sorbo. We all know Kevin Sorbo, right? Actor, played in Hercules forever, and then was also in that space show, space series that also ran forever. I saw Hercules. I didn't see the space show. Sorry, Kevin. This is assault. There's nothing more to say.
Her remarks became part of the broader discussion about how coaches, players, and media should characterize contact of this kind, with some critics arguing her comments did not go far enough in defending her own player.
Assault. There's nothing more to say. Sidney Colson, my boy Johnny Root of Outkick, posted this morning. Sidney Colson, a former teammate of Sophie Cunningham, posted this on Threads. Love a trans foul.
The episode adds to a series of high-profile on-court incidents this 1BA season that have drawn national attention beyond the sport itself, with commentators noting that Fever games in particular have repeatedly become flashpoints for controversy, whether due to physical play, officiating decisions, or public commentary following games.
You've now got Sidney Colson, a former teammate, former Indiana Fever player, co-signing DiJonae Carrington's actions. This is diabolical. What is going on in this league right now is diabolical.
As of this report, no formal disciplinary action beyond the in-game flagrant foul call has been announced by the league regarding the play.